Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
He's running all the way back to the left to the 5-yard line, stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out, downtown, Yahtzee! By Landry, double zero, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown, knocks down a triple.
I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not. I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like I was born. I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
He's running all the way back to the left to the 5-yard line, stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out, downtown, Yahtzee. By Landry, double zero, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown, knocks down a triple.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Commode with a spectacular play.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to Stellos Stadium here in the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. It is the Northeast Junior High Football League playoffs, and you are watching live here on the highlight guy. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody is the highlight guy, and he is the man on the moving pictures. It is an overcast day, a little chilly down on the field. The rain seems to have subsided for our first of two games here this morning. This is the JV version. The varsity game you will see after this one, but how the playoffs work is if your varsity team qualifies, then your JV team gets to play the first game, and this Nashua team will do battle against the Timberlane Tornadoes. The Tornadoes and the Cougars had a fantastic regular season matchup, just a 7-point differential, so we fully expect this to be an exciting game. This is an improved Nashua Cougar JV team, as we watched them a week ago, battle to a 14-14 tie, so it should be a great matchup here as the Cougars sit to kick the ball off from their own 40-yard line. They come out in their black uniforms with Columbia numbers, Columbia and white stripes on the helmets. The Timberlane Tornadoes, who will feed the Timberlane Owls in Plastow, come out in their white jerseys, black pants, black helmets. And this afternoon, or I should say late morning rather, we'll call the varsity version of this game for you. Winners will advance to play, we think, here next week, again for a 9 and an 11 o'clock game. These games coincide with the NHIAA playoffs as well, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we get going here on the highlight guy. I want to thank you for joining us this morning. Kick is taken at about the 33-yard line, reversing direction. Breaks a couple of tackles, makes a couple of nifty moves. That was number 33, Paxton Fournier. And Fournier will get to about where he started. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. He'll set up shop near side hash. The Cougar defense takes the field. This Stello Stadium extremely busy over the last couple of weekends here. We were here last weekend for 6 games. We got 2 more today. And yesterday was the NHIAA first round of the playoffs here. Bishop Girton and Nashua North playing here. All right, shotgun formation. Pistol with a sniffer up close. Direct snap taken, handoff. Right side, good swarming defense there by the Cougars on that handoff, and good sportsmanship. It looked like number 28 was Johnny on the spot, Toby Bong. We've said his name quite a bit here as he penetrated, created a new line of scrimmage, and it's a loss of 2 on the play. That'll set up a 2nd down and 12. Was down on the turf earlier this morning, walking around. Brand new turf here at the stadium. This stadium will host the Division I New Hampshire High School State Championship football game later this month. Motion into the backfield. Toss sweep to the right. Trying to gain the edge. Gets a nice little block. And good job of rallying up at the 2nd level. I think that may have been number 29 that time as you get the highlight guy. That was Ty Hickey. So it was Bong and Hickey. Bong came from the inside running the alley, and Hickey came from the outside. So they did a nice job of filling that lane. It was a pickup, we're going to call it a pickup of 4. They got 2 yards past the original line of scrimmage, so we'll call it 3rd down and 8 on the far hash. Shotgun formation, split end to the left. Tight end flanker to the right. Option into the boundary. Quarterback keeps it. That was number 7, Jimmy Daly, and he was tackled by number 40, Michael McKenzie. So Daly gets a nice gain, but unfortunately that 1st down play, they lost 2. Otherwise, you're looking at about a 4th and maybe half a yard. As it is, it'll be 4th down and 3. We'll see what the Tornadoes dial up here. They'll come out of their huddle. And they are in their shotgun formation. Tight end flanker right, split end to the left. Option again. This time the pitch comes, and he's going to have enough of the 1st down. Nice solid run there by number 22, Davian Brillen. And Brillen, nice job and a good pitch by the quarterback. And I will tell you that the option is something that you have to practice religiously, just like your short passing game, just like any play, really. And there's reading involved in terms of, assignment football. So if you're Nashua, someone is responsible for the dive man, someone's responsible for the quarterback, and someone is responsible for the pitch man. And you have to do your job there. Tight end flanker to the left, split end to the right. Quarterback now under center, offset eye. Little play action fake rolling to the left. Sets his feet, little dump pass, caught there. Good tackle in space. Nice pitch and catch. That was Bong again as he came up and met Tyler Fielding. But a good 1st down play for the Tornadoes as they pick up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the near hash 45. So into Cougar territory. Cougars will make a defensive substitution. They now go to a tight end wing to the left, split end right. I formation behind the quarterback, offset to the wing side. This time a little counter, wing counter, and it opens up nicely for number 31. That ball pops loose. It is up in the air and recovered by a Tornado, I believe. So Johnny on the spot there was number 22, Davian Brillen. They ran the wingback counter to Fournier. And I think it was Bong who had the initial stop. But the legs kept driving, and that ball just kind of popped out, and it seemed like it was resting on someone's shoulder pad. Fortunate there for the Tornadoes. Missed opportunity for the Cougars. Tight end flanker right, split end to the left, offset eye to the right. Little play action rollout to the right, and they do that drop, that Little dump pass to the up man again, and that was number 3, Tyler Fielding. Finally gets tackled out of bounds. Looked like number 9 was the first man there, Nico Mucci, but Tornadoes will move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Jason Roby calling all the action for you here on the Highlight Guy. Steve Cody, the man on the moving pictures, want to encourage all of you to join us here on the Highlight Guy. We are nearing quite the milestone as we have 950 plus subscribers. We need you to join. So all of our friends in Plastow, join the fray. That's what all the cool kids are doing. Nice run there on 1st down off the right tackle. Little power play, blast play, if you will. Looked like that was Michael Lashy. Also could have been Davian Brillen again. So 1st down, when you're getting 5 yards on 1st down, that really opens up the playbook for you. And a nice job by Timberlane. Tight end flanker to the left, split end is right. Motion. Here comes that toss sweep. It has to cut inside. Nice cut back to the outside. And just a nice job of reading his blocks. It was Bong that came up to make the tackle, but nice job of reading and running with his eyes was Davian Brillen off to the left side. Wanted you to stay up to date with all the Highlight Guys' upcoming live streams. Subscribe to THG Sports Network and our YouTube channel today and never miss out on the games you want to see. Just go to thehighlightguy.com, choose the live stream page, click the buy button. For YouTube, search The Highlight Guy and hit subscribe. Thank you in advance. You're watching us live this morning. Hit that subscribe button. Listen, you have the beauty of the mute button if you don't like what you're hearing. I know you do, though. You're enjoying yourself a nice cup of coffee here on a Sunday morning. Patriots head down to Tampa to play. And you're watching the Highlight Guy. Start your day off right. Tyler Fielding finds the sledding tough on that 1st down play, and he'll take a loss of 2, so it'll be 2nd down and 12. Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process for lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or call 603-465-1102. All right, total sweep to the right. Nice move there, ducking underneath. Every play designed to cut back, and he does just that. Nice quarterback run there by number 7, Jimmy Daly. Tackle was by Lucas Hernandez, and a flag comes in somewhat late. The officials will talk it over at about the 15-yard line. Probably not discussing chicken wing recipes. Chicken wings sound pretty good right about now, Steve. And that'll lead us to talk about Luke's Bar and Grill, our newest sponsor. And we'll get to that in just a minute. But we're founded in 2019. And if you want to come for dinner, drinks, or just to unwind, Luke's is constantly evolving to make every visit a good one. Got to get a personal foul face mask call against the Cougars. So it's going to be a 1st down, and they're going to go half the distance, I believe, once they get inside the 10 there. You can visit them at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, online at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's L-U-K-S barandgrill.com. And a lot of folks don't know this, but the owner of that was also involved with youth football quite a bit here in the city for many years. Shotgun snap handoff, and it was just met in the backfield with authority. Led by big number 66. That was Ruben, it looks like Duke. Or Duque, I hope I say that right. But Ruben, you're in for a Ruben awakening if you try that right, Gap, because he was there and then some, among with 3 of his Cougar friends. So that play not getting very much. 2nd down and 10. See what I did there, Steve? Rude awakening, Ruben awakening. Okay, all right. It's early. I don't know. Little play action rollout to the right. Pulled down from the back. Ball nearly intercepted. And we are going to get a penalty. I think we're going to get a horse collar flag potentially on the throwdown. You can't grab the back of the shirt on the neck and pull backwards, and you could kind of see the referee reaching back and kind of showing that that's what might have happened. So that's going to hurt the Cougars. It's another personal foul against them for the horse collar tackle. They'll replay the down. There is no automatic, I do not believe, an automatic first down for that. So it'll be second down and goal from the 5. Given an explanation to Travis on the sideline as to exactly what happened, they won't let it play until the referee is in position. Travis nodding his head. Just wanted some clarification, obviously, so he can talk to his players and tell them what he saw. So it will be second down and goal from the 5. Tornadoes on a march here towards the end zone. Tight end flanker to the right, split end to the left. Shotgun formation. Quarterback, option pitch, lead option this time. Nice kick out block, diving for the end zone. Fans going crazy over there. Touchdown. Number 22, Davian Brillen. A fantastic job. Got great lead blocking out there from Fielding. Good option pitch by Daly. Well blocked on the perimeter. And the Tornadoes go on a methodical march, aided by a couple of personal foul penalties, and I'm sure the coach and staff will be talking to the kids about that. Can't you shoot yourselves in the foot? Some of the kids over there that were cheering in the end zone, I think those are the varsity players that we'll see later on this morning. All right, 2-point conversion coming up here. Daly under center. Straight drop back. Now he rolls to his left. Pass pressure coming. Thrown to the end zone, and good coverage there. Isaiah LeBoy was in coverage, and he was able to jump that route. Ball was a little overthrown. Good pass pressure by the front of the Cougars, but they find themselves down 6-0 with 1:51 to go here in the first quarter. The Cougars are a nonprofit organization created to give every child the opportunity to reach their greatest potential in youth football before they head off to the high school. They work with Nashua High School North coaches to ensure their athletes are ready to compete at the high school level by the time they arrive, and that gives them the greatest opportunity to continue to excel beyond high school. To learn more, go to their website, NashuaCougars.net. That's NashuaCougars.net. And we want to thank the Cougars, Jim Beninati, for having us along. And we've had a good relationship here the last couple of years, and called the state championship game last year. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we get to do it again this year. Kickoff taken there. Off to the right side, to the home sideline. Has a seam. Nearly got tripped up. Kept his footing. And that was Hickey on the return. Was finally ripped down by Brody Beers, but not before a sizable return. And I will tell you, I was down on the field pregame watching the Tornadoes go over their walkthroughs, and they worked on the kickoff play, and they said we cannot allow them to get good field position on these kick returns. It was a deep kick, nice kick. Maybe in this situation, he outkicked his coverage a little bit, and that gave Hickey some room to maneuver up the near hash. All right, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They'll set up shop at their own the Tornado 41-yard line. Shotgun snap. Twins are to the left. Ball gets fumbled and pounced on, and the Tornadoes come up with it. The handoff was not clean from the get-go, and that was number, I believe, 68. And we do not have a 68 on our roster. Could have been 65, Dominic Rosado, but if it was, in fact, 68, the unknown man, well, congratulations. 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. Yeah, he's the center. So we do not have a 68, so all of our friends from Plastow, get in touch with the highlight guy. Contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com. Let us know who number 68 is. All right, trips to the field. Straight drop back, taking a shot over the top, gets hit as he throws it. Pass is complete. Threw it into double coverage. And that was number 22. We have an injury on the field. That was Davian Brillen. We have an injured man down on the turf. He's sitting up now. That's good to see. He was there in coverage, and it was tight coverage. Nico Mucci was there. And he lost his cleat on the play. He's kind of pointing to the inside part of his thigh. We did see him sit up, so both teams will head over to the sideline while they work on Nico there. What a great play as quarterback dropped back, threw a rainmaker over the middle into double coverage, and a great catch by number 22, Davian Brillen. Good job of standing in there by Daly. And that's good to see as Mucci comes off the field under his own power. So we'll have to reapply that cleat to his right foot, and something tells me he won't be out for too long. Coach has got a little smile going on there. Nothing a little duct tape can't fix, right, Steve? Okay. That's how most of Steve's equipment is put together up here in the press box. We got duct tape, and the running joke is it looks like Best Buy vomited all over the counter up here, but I don't know, it works. Almost Frankenstein-esque. Dr. Frankenstein up here. 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. They set up shop at the Cougar 34-yard line. In between the 33 and 34. Trips employed to the right. Tight end to the left. Shotgun snap. A little pitch pass. Then that's worked kind of well for them pretty effectively. And that was number 3, Fielding, Tyler Fielding, and he's done a good job out there lead blocking and catching those swing routes. Pulled down by number 80, Damian Calvin. So Calvin with those long levers reached out and just tossed Fielding, but not before he got about 3 yards on a good first down play. Far side hash, 2nd and 7 for the Tornadoes. They are threatening once again here on the fumble. Tight end wing to the left, split end to the right, shotgun formation. Isolation play that tries to bounce, and not this time, says number 66, Julian Garcia. And he said Garcia later as he tossed him into the backfield. Loss of 4 on the play. And that will do it for the first quarter here from Mata Field at Stello Stadium. It is the Timberlane Tornadoes 6 and the Nashua Cougars 0. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy. We're going to take a quick little break here. We'll be right back with second quarter action right after these messages.
Hi, this is Terry Queenan from Earth Tech Systems Geothermal. We're in Nashua, New Hampshire today. We just finished putting geothermal in this historical home built in 1937. Let's go in and check it out. We're now inside the house. These are the 2 well lines coming in. There's one 500-foot borehole. This is the piping. This is the flow center that moves the water to the geothermal unit, which is over here. This is a very simple, high-efficiency system made by water furnace. This is the return duct, and we have the unit in place here. This is the Water Furnace 7 series that's in this home. This is the return air filter. Those are the pipes coming from the non-pressurized flow center. The blower is on the top, the compressor's on the bottom. Very quiet machine. This is a storage tank that makes very warm water. The water goes from this point into an on-demand tankless when there's a call for showers, cooking, etc. So not only is the customer going to save an immense amount of money, they're going from about a $1,300 a year oil bill to be on target right now for about a $300 geothermal bill, and the well is directly under me. If you'd like to learn more, check us out on our website, earthtechsystems.com.
Welcome back to second quarter action here. We just flipped the field. It'll be Timberlane Tornado ball, 3rd down and a long 11 for the Tornado. Shotgun snap rolling to his left. Sets up, throws it. Coming back for the pass was number 22, Davian Brillen. And it was an underthrown ball. It was good coverage by the Cougars over the top. Brillen may have gotten away with a little bit of a push-off, but came back and worked towards the football and made a nice catch. So 1st and 10 for Timberlane. I want to thank Steve in the commercial break there for picking out my my mistake in the Bouvier prepare spot. I called it lacrosse instead of lacrosse. I'm still on my first cup of coffee too, folks. All right. Thanks for that, Steve. Appreciate you. Tight end flanker to the right, split end to the left. Under center is Daly. Here comes a little screen back towards the action, and it is going to be complete to number 31, William Stuckert. And Stuckert got out. Nice little gain on 1st down. Number 80, Damian Calvin, again pulling him down from behind. But this is a series that has seen the Tornadoes either get 5 yards on 1st down or take a loss of 2 or 3, and then they come back and get the whole deal. So good 1st down play calling here by the Tornadoes, and really the Cougar defense has been on the field for much of the first half, and it starts to wear on you. Here comes that toss sweep off the short motion. Nice play on the perimeter there this time. And they went to the well. They recognized the play that was coming there. And that was number 28 for the Cougars. That was Toby Bong. And he did a nice job of shedding the block, minimizing the gain. And that's going to set up a huge 3rd down and 9. So now the Cougars have to pin their ears back and make something happen here on 3rd and long. Fully expect to see some kind of a toss pass off of that play at some point. They'll throw back to that little motion man. All right, quarterback, play action. Here comes the rush off the edge, trying to pull him down from behind. He felt the pressure early on, and that was number 40, Mike McKenzie. And McKenzie got good penetration into the backfield, and I think he caught Daly off guard. Daly tucked it and ran, and McKenzie pulled him down from behind, and now you have 4th down and about 6. Maybe 5 based on where the sticks are. So 4th and 5. Ball pretty much in the middle of the field. We'll call it just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7:07 to go here in the first half. The Tornadoes will employ a tight end wing to the right, split end to the left, quarterback under center, offset eye to the left. And now they're trying to move some traffic around as they move William Stuckert to the other side. I think we're probably going to get a timeout. No, we're going to get a delay of game, so that is costly. False start. Okay, so false start against the Tornadoes, and now that makes the play selection a little different as it's going to be 4th down and 10 from the 21-yard line. They'll wind the clock, and a little bit of communication issues there with the Tornadoes, and the play came out of the huddle in terms of where the boys were supposed to line up, and that ended up costing them. Somebody moved. All right, an open formation this time. Tight end. This is an unbalanced line. This is all kinds of wrong. And another penalty. Delay of game against the Tornadoes. So now it is 4th and 15. So what you had there, I don't know if they lined up correctly, but they had a tight end to the left who was covered by a split end. So the tight end, in effect, is not an eligible receiver. The backside tackle on the right was the last man on the line of scrimmage with a flanker off of him. We'll see if they go to the same formation. And they will. Unbalanced line to the left. 2 receivers are eligible to the right. Could be another false start. And you know, the thing is too is that when you run these plays so infrequently, you're bound to have a mistake every now and again. It's a formation where they're trying to get the Cougars to recognize the tight end and go to his side with two eligibles to the short side of the field. So not for lack of trying, but it's a different kind of concept. So now your playbook really gets small on 4th and 20. Said the man in the stands. All right. 4th and 20. Wonder if he's a highlight guy subscriber, Steve. Trips to the right, tight end to the left. Good protection up front. Taking a shot down the field, and it is caught. I have no idea how he came away with it. And if you're the Cougars, you're just telling your players to knock the ball down. We're going to get good field position. Don't try to intercept it. You're going to go back and watch that replay on the highlight guy. And you're going to see Davian Brillen just the right man in the right place at the right time. That ball was touched a couple of times and ended up in Brillen's hands. So 12-0 now Timberlane as they attempt the 2-point conversion. Tight end wing to the left, split end to the right. Under center is the quarterback. Here comes that wing back counter, and that gets snuffed out in the backfield. Breaking a couple of tackles was William Stuckert, but good penetration by the Cougars. That was Garcia and McKenzie initially. Cleaned up later. Oh, coach not too happy about the penalties there. All fixable offenses. But, this time of the year, and we talk a lot about the playoffs, there is no next week for one of these teams. And based on what happens with your varsity game at the next one, this could be your last game of the year. And at this juncture of the season, you don't want to see those mistakes rearing their ugly head. Now you see the Cougars going over their kick return procedure here as this is the play that gave the Cougars pretty good field position at the beginning of this one. EarthTech Systems are a premier provider of heat pump technology with a strong specialization in geothermal HVAC systems. By championing energy efficiency and sustainability, their innovative solutions not only prioritize environmental benefits, but also help customers save significantly on energy costs. Whether you're considering a new heat pump system or need repairs, their skilled team is ready to handle even the most complex projects. Learn more about their cutting-edge design and unmatched expertise at earthtechsystems.com. How'd I read that one, Steve? Pretty good? I got the thumbs up there. I think it was the thumb. Okay. It will be a kickoff from the 40-yard line for the Tornadoes. They're going left to right on your dial. And the wind starts to blow a little bit. That's not my breathing, I assure you. Right toe into football, goes off to the left side. It might go out of bounds. It does not. And down there at the 30-yard line. So a pretty good job of the kicking game by the Tornadoes. The Cougars will set up shop 1st and 10 at about their own 30. Looks like they're going to mark it just past the 30, potentially at about the 31-yard line. Want to thank you all for watching us here on the Highlight Guy. Sunday morning, overcast, a little cool. The rain seems to have subsided for the time being. You are watching Northeast Junior High Football League action. We'll have 2 games for you here today. The varsity version will determine which one of these 2 teams is still playing next week. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Shotgun formation. Quarterback rolls to his left. It's a run all the way. Nice block on the perimeter. Picks up a couple of tough yards there. That was number 23 for the Cougars, David Butler. He was bear hugged by number 65, Dominic Rosado, excuse me. And Rosado makes it so that it's only a 2-yard gain. Good ball security that time by the Cougars as Butler held onto it with two hands. Swing pass off to the left flat. This is Bong on the run. He has a seam down the left side. Finally pushed out of bounds by number 27, Ben Ferraro, but a great play there by Toby Bong as they hit the little swing route to the home side of the field. He danced up the sideline, kept his feet in bounds, and got all the way into tornado territory. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. So a good play there by Nashua. Some fresh real estate into tornado territory. Trips to the right. Swing pass again, other side. Nice move by number 29 there, Ty Hickey. And now that quick passing game starting to show up for the Cougars. Looked like William Stuckert was the first of a few tornadoes there on the spot, but not before a 6-yard gain. So again, playing in front of the sticks are the Nashua Cougars, and that is always a good recipe. Twins to the top and bottom of the formation. Motion into the backfield. Here comes that speed sweep. Blocked well on the perimeter. Got to get vertical. He does at the 35-yard line. Cut back is Bong. He'll fall forward inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. You're going to go back and watch that one on the highlight. You're going to see fantastic blocking on the perimeter. They formed a black and blue wall there off to the side. You'll see nothing but black shirts walling off the defensive front of the Tornadoes. And they're going hurry up now. Twins to the top and bottom. Motion again. They fake to Hickey and well blocked on the perimeter. This time the quarterback keeps it. Reads his blocks nicely and will get out of bounds down the left side. That was David Butler. He finally got hauled down by a couple of Tornadoes. Looked like Fournier was one of the first ones there. But they'll move the sticks again. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Looks like their morning coffee's kicking in right about now as well. Just kidding, kids. Don't drink coffee. It stunts growth. That's my secret. All right. 1st and 10. Off. And wow, I'm going to tell you something right now. They're going to try to pull him back from behind. They do. And a nice run there by David Butler. The offensive line and the blocking on the perimeter right now is absolutely outstanding. And add to that the fact that the backs are reading the blocks of their interference and running off of the backs of the blockers. It is really picturesque. I mean, when you talk about drawing things up on the whiteboard, that's what it looks like. This is a clinic. You'll go back and watch how this is blocked, and it's exactly how you want to teach your kids. These are teaching videos right here. All right, 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Cougars. And they'll pull to the right. Oh, almost a dropped handoff. Can he get the perimeter reaching for him? He's got to try to get vertical at some point. And that was Hickey off to the right side. Saving the touchdown that time was Cole Braley. So near disaster for the Cougars as that ball almost dropped on the carpet. No gain on the play. 2nd and goal from the 5. 2:51 to go in a fast-moving first half. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody, he is the highlight guy, and he's on the moving pictures. 12-0, Timberlane. The Cougars are threatening. Quarterback, keeper, reads his blocks, driving down to the goal line, gets close, going to be just shy as David Butler. So the Butler gets to within a yard of the end zone. It's going to be a 3rd down and goal from the 1. And again, a nice job by Butler reading his interference, reading the blockers in front of him. And a good job by this well-schooled up offensive line of the Cougars. Play gets signaled in from the sideline. Butler from the 5 brings Hickey in motion. They fake the speed sweep, and Butler's going to waltz in, but they're going to throw a flag before the play. And I think we're going to get a legal procedure call and a legal procedure call. So that hurts because that was a well-designed play. It was just a quarterback wrap play, and I think the tackle was trying to pull before that ball was snapped. So now Timberlane's going to call their first timeout of the half with 1:49 to go. This is a huge play. Now, if you're the Cougars, you are going to have a 3rd and goal from the 6. So you have 2 plays to get 6 yards. So if you're Coach Travis and he's got that calm demeanor down there, just thinking about we don't need the whole ball of yarn on this particular play. We can come back and get it on 4th down, but I'm sure right now they are hoping for at least half of that real estate back. Take a look at the Timberlane coaching staff talking about what they're going to attempt to do defensively, and they're probably talking about the plays that they expect to see. See the coach there talking about that pass play that could be coming up. All right. Timeout is in the books. We are back up and ready to go. 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Cougars are threatening. Trips to the top of the screen, split end to the bottom. They'll motion across the formation. Little orbit motion. Quarterback keeps it this time. Goes up to off to the left side, and he'll get back down to that 1-yard line. And so now 4th down and 1 for the Cougars. Now, if I'm Nashua, I'm fully expecting to see that quarterback wrap play again that we saw that scored the last time but was penalized. So we'll see if Coach Travis goes back to that play because Butler just waltzed into the end zone. Play taking quite a while to get in. 67 seconds to go. We'll see if Coach Travis is just going to wait and call timeout. 5, 4, 3, and that's exactly what they will do. And a good job there by the coaching staff. You want to minimize how much time is left on the clock for Timberlane should they score. And at the same time, you want to make sure you have the right play call. So we'll take a look down in the huddle. So I think what we're going to see here, at least if I was calling the shots, and believe me, it's probably best that I'm as far away from the field as possible, but I would call that quarterback wrap play where they fake the speed sweep to the right, the backside tackle pulls, and along with the fullback, lead the quarterback off to the left side. All right. Some of the fans also guessing what they think's going to be, what they think's going to come here. So, okay. 4th down for the Cougars, near hash. Different look in the backfield. It looks like they have Damian Calvin back there, and he's going to call the snap, and he's going to go off the left side, and Calvin's going to go in. So, sort of the play that I called, different personnel, not sure the backside tackle pulled, but that is going to get the Cougars on the board. It is now 12-6 with 52 seconds to go here in the first half. And if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button so that you can be aware whenever we schedule a live stream. We're trying to get to 1,000 here today. We're at 950, 952, I think. But all of our friends in Plastow, please subscribe to the highlight guy. Calvin again around the left side will try to plow forward, and he does. Good 2nd and 3rd effort by Damian Calvin off to the left side. And it is now 12-8. And somehow the clock ran on that extra point conversion, but that's okay. So 12-8, Cougars will kick off from their own 40-yard line. And they are back in this one. Doing the honors for Nashua will be number 14, Jamison Maxwell. It'd be cool if Jamison scored a touchdown because then we could say Maxwell to the house. Huh? All right. Trying to give my best John Collins impression up here. I'm falling far short, but that's okay. He had a good one the other day. I'll try to remember it for you. All right, Maxwell set to put the right foot into the ball. He does. Nice driving kick. Nice fielding play there. Avoids the first tackler and gets pretty good positioning. Looked like number 19, Chase Dufresne, and he scooped that one up like a shortstop. Finally hauled down by number 50, Jacob Roig. So with 43 seconds to go, are they counting up, Steve? Okay, 43 seconds to go from the 43-yard line. So Timberlane, I believe they still have 2 timeouts. So we'll see what they draw up here in the black pellets of Mata Field. They're going to set trips to the boundary. Tight end to the top of the screen, one back in the backfield to the quarterback's right. They'll protect with him. Here comes the pressure off the backside, and the quarterback got it away. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to go. So they wanted to do something, potentially get out of bounds and stop the clock. And the official's talking something over there, is that there was an eligible receiver in the neighborhood. Fortunate that that ball fell short because there was a Cougar defender right there that if he had intercepted it, could have been off to the races. So let's set the table for you. 37 seconds to go in this first half, and it's been a good one. 12-8. Timberlane on top of Nashua. Tight end flanker to the top, split end to the bottom. They'll motion. Here's that toss sweep play. That's going to get blown dead as all kinds of timing issues there on that, as it looked like they were trying to set up that toss sweep. That'll back them up 5. Now the play becomes, do you run that same look with the toss sweep, but then instead of blocking with that motion man, you send them up the field on a pass pattern? That might be the play I call here. We'll see what the Timberlane 11 decide to do. 2nd down and 15. Ball is spotted on the 38-yard line of the Tornadoes. Tight end flanker to the bottom, split end to the top. Here comes that toss, and oh my goodness, am I a prognosticator? Ball's intercepted! Calvin knew it was coming too. He must watch the highlight guy. He knew the toss pass was coming. Damian Calvin, is he subscriber number 953, Steve? Great play by Calvin, staying home on the backside. And just like that, with 19 seconds to go and 2 timeouts in the pocket, the Cougars are at the 28-yard line of the Tornadoes. So looks like they're going to set up trips down here to the bottom of the field with a split end to the top. David Butler will be your quarterback. To his left will be Queenan. See if they'll take a shot here. Swing pass out to the left side. And a good defensive play. Oh boy, let go. You hate to see that kind of an angle tackle there on the leg, but you got to hold on. It was a good defensive play. They'll lose about 3 on that one, so it'll set up a 2nd down and 13 with 5 seconds to go. So they might take one shot here, maybe have a double pass of their own setup. And you can see the huddle as Coach Travis looking around. Time for some playground football. They're looking for some personnel over there. Maybe a... Not sure if they were going to use Maxwell. They'll bring in Mike McKenzie. So we'll see if personnel dictates what kind of play we're going to get here. Patriots travel down to Tampa Bay today to take on the Buccaneers. That should be a good one. Some players on the shelf for the Pats, and we'll see what they can do. A little shorthanded. Playing with house money, though. 7 wins on the season. All right, they're going to go empty. Nope, they're going to put McKenzie in the backfield. Okay, so they got twins to the top and bottom. This should be the last play of the first half. They'll motion to quads. Here comes the speed sweep pass. Throws it as far as he can, has a man, and they were ready for it, but there's going to be a penalty flag called, and I will tell you the half cannot end on a defensive penalty, although there's still 1 second somehow left on the clock. So if it is a pass interference call, I thought they were all playing the ball, but you'll have to watch that one back on the highlight guy. We'll see what the call is, and there'll be one more play in the half. Cougars, who got themselves into a 12-0 hole early on, they're going to say there's no flag on the play, and so it'll come back to that original line of scrimmage again. Not quite sure how the time did not expire on that. But there will be 1 second left in the first half. So this should do it one way or the other unless there is a penalty on the defense. And now the quarterback is Maxwell. And I think Coach Travis is going to use his last timeout of the first half. Travis Fowler, the head man of the Nashua Cougars. We'll see his undefeated varsity team take the field in the second game here this morning. And that'll give us a chance to talk to you about real estate. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor. She is licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire. Contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email Deb at thedowgroup.com. All right. The timeout is in the books. The Cougars are on the field. They're on the 31-yard line of the Tornadoes. And now Maxwell has a back to either side for protection. We'll see what they do here. Twins to the top of the screen. Calvin is the lone receiver to the bottom. They're looking his way. Maxwell throws it as far as he can. They work back to it. It is caught. And Calvin will be tackled and pulled down there. You see about 9 white shirts surrounding him. Do have an injury on the field as a young man is clearly in some discomfort there. That's going to do it for the first half as the medical staff comes out to take a look at that young man. Hope he's okay. And we'll take this one off to the first half. We'll provide an update when we come back for second half action. You are watching the highlight guy. It is a 12-8 Timberlane Tornado lead over the Nashua Cougars. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures. It was an entertaining first half. We got to pay some bills, and before we do, we can see number 33 up. That's Paxton Fournier. That's good to see, walking off under his own power. So we'll take this one to the break. We'll be right back with second half action right after these messages.
I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not. I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like I was born. I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guide can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguide.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguide.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back to Mata Field here at Stellos Stadium. You are watching Northeast Junior High Football League actions. It's the playoffs. It's the Nashua Cougars JV team taking on the Timberlane Tornadoes. In the first of two games, you'll see the varsity game, and will be later this morning, and the undefeated Nashua Cougars will do battle against this Timberlane Tornado team. The reason why these JV teams are playing right now is if your team qualifies for the postseason, they bring along the JVs and they get to play the preliminary game, and that's a nice little added feature of the Northeast Junior High Football League. And we saw a first half that saw the Tornadoes get out to a quick 12-0 advantage on some pretty spectacular playmaking by them to get into the end zone, and the Cougars have battled back to score the last 8 points. Kickoff taken down around the 29-yard line. Looks like Hickey, he avoids the first one, and he goes up the near hash, or the far hash rather. Hickey avoiding tackles, finally hauled down by number 38. That was Brody Beers, but a great job blocking up the left hash mark by Hickey as he avoided would-be tacklers, getting all the way down and inside Cougar territory. And a good job by the Cougars as they deferred that opening kickoff. First and 10 for Nashua. Too high, too low, shotgun formation, motion into the backfield. Here comes that speed sweep to Hickey, and he's going to get hauled down in the backfield. So the first time the Cougars have really had to play behind the sticks. Good defensive stop there by Tyler Fielding as he got penetration off the left side. And at that point in time, you usually tell your guys, look, you're going to take a loss, get what you can. And unfortunately for Hickey on that one, he got pulled down about 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. We'll call it 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Second down and 17 for the Cougars. They find themselves down by 4 points here in the third quarter. Split end to the bottom of the screen. Slot trips to the left. And that pass was intended for Calvin, was knocked down. And it looked like they know where he is, as it was, they had an over-under coverage on him, one underneath, one over the top. That's going to set up a third down. So just like that, a huge kickoff return for the Cougars. That negative play on first down. Incomplete pass on second. Looking at 3rd and 17 from the 47-yard line of the Tornadoes. Slot trips employed to the top of the screen. Split end down to the bottom. Shotgun formation. Swing pass into the flat. Complete. Nothing doing there. He'll reverse direction. Little spin around, and that one going to go backwards. So that swing pass to McKenzie was complete. And they tried to use the trips to get the coverage deep and hit McKenzie in the left flat. So unfortunately for the Cougars, they go backwards to the tune of 9 yards in 3 plays. That's going to set up a fourth down. Looks like the Cougars are going to here comes some kind of little trickeration. The ball is on the carpet, bouncing around. It's going to be Hickey. He's going to try to outrace the competition to the near side, down the sideline, out of bounds. Maybe got the original line of scrimmage, or not the original line of scrimmage, but the last play's line of scrimmage. And he didn't actually. Another loss of a yard on that broken play. So now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes on the Cougars side of the ledger. 49-yard line. So that was a disastrous first possession of the second half for the Cougars. They went backwards 10 yards on that series after a fantastic kickoff return by Hickey. So now the Cougar defense that was on the field for a lot of the first quarter, got a pretty good rest in the second quarter, will take the field. Tornadoes walk up to the line of scrimmage. Tight end flanker to the right. Split end to the bottom. Shotgun formation. Motion into the backfield. Here comes that little toss sweep play. Nice job of setting the edge there. And a good play and good recognition by Bong as he tried to turn it back into his 10 helpers, but the play bounced outside and he was Johnny on the spot, minimizing that gain and actually setting up a huge loss. So both teams playing behind the sticks here in the second quarter. Second down, we'll call it 15 for the Tornadoes of Timberlane. 7:41 to go here in the third quarter. Tornadoes nursing a 4-point lead. Under center. Ball hits the carpet, and it's going to be called dead because as he picked it up, Daly's left knee was on the ground. So another negative play. The one thing we have seen these Tornadoes do is they've kind of reached into their bag of tricks on third down and long, fourth down and long, and make plays happen. And they're going to have to reach in deep this time, too, because it's going to set up a third down and 18. All right, trips to the boundary. Tight end is left. And that one gets between the hands, and it's going to be scooped up by the Cougars. So a turnover there. And the ball gets recovered by Toby Bong. It went through the hands of Daly. It looked like he was trying to look at his receiver before he caught the ball. And so it looks like the halftime break kind of threw both of these teams off a little bit as they came out, and both teams going backwards on their first possessions, and now a turnover for Timberlane will set up a 1st and 10 for the Cougars. So favorable field position on the 37-yard line. Trips to the bottom, split end to the top. Swing route to the outside, caught there. And that is Hickey, and he gets shoulder tackled by number 23. It was a good one, Michael Lashy. Penalty flag will fly. Not sure if there was a little extracurricular there at the conclusion of that one. It was a good tackle. The wind starts to blow a little bit. And it looks like they're going to go towards Timberlane, so the penalty appears that it is on the Tornadoes. It's going to be a personal foul call. Oh, they're going to say a helmet-to-helmet tackle. And I'll be honest with you, I am a huge proponent of keeping the head out of the game. I'm not sure I saw helmet-to-helmet there, but it looked like a pretty good shoulder tackle, but the referee had a better view of it than I did, so that 15 yards will give the Cougars a first down. The clock will run, 6:31 to go. You'll watch that one back on the highlight guy, and you can judge for yourself. I will. I know that's for sure. Here comes the fake speed sweep. Quarterback wrap around the outside, cutting back against the grain, and a nice run there on first down goes the quarterback, David Butler. Finally tackled down around the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 9. Not sure if it'll warrant a measurement. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Cougars. And again, the playbook opens up quite a bit. But that quarterback wrap play, that quarterback keeper off the fake as an option is definitely a play that's worked for the Cougars regardless of who's been playing quarterback. Handoff, cut back. And this one is going to go for a loss as Carter Queenan got swallowed up before he could make it to the line of scrimmage, fall forward, but potentially a loss of a yard. So now 3rd down, and we see Queenan kind of jogging off with a little bit of a limp. Hope he's okay. There's an opportunity for the Cougars here. We don't want to let this one go by the boards, getting the turnover and a couple of nice plays. Here comes that quarterback keeper again, and it's cut up the middle, and this time The Tornadoes were ready for it, specifically Tyler Fielding, who saw that play coming, and he did a nice job of getting up the field and squeezing back towards the quarterback as Baker tried to get off the back of his blockers, and Fielding was able to bend down that line. We call it bending, and getting the quarterback by the ankle. So now it was a 2nd and 1. Now it is 4th and 3. Huge play coming up here for the Cougars. Handoff, left side, reads his blocks, picks up the first down, heads for the far pylon, has a chance, and he is in. And a great run there by Chase, or rather, that was number 19, Lucas Hernandez, and Lucas outraced the competition. The initial tackle came at about the original line of scrimmage. He broke an arm tackle, broke off to the left, picked up some blocking on the perimeter, and just like that, the Cougars have taken the lead with 4:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll line up for the 2-point conversion, up 2. Hernandez making a great run, reading his blocks and bouncing it to the outside where contain was lost. Trips to the top of the field. The split end is Calvin to the bottom. Butler calling signals. One step. Shot into the end zone is incomplete. They were looking for Calvin. Unfortunately, there were 3 Tornadoes buzzing around Calvin as he went up for the ball, but with 4:18 to go in the 3rd frame, your score, the Nashua Cougars 14 and the Timberlane Tornadoes 12. A nice job of capitalizing on that fumble recovery. Hey, Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process for lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or call 603-465-1102. And if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button so that you can be aware of whenever we schedule a live stream. We have a lot of football action coming up for you. We have basketball on the docket for this winter. We'll be covering the Londonderry basketball tournament. We've got some hockey action coming up. I didn't know if Steve Cody was he was giving a sweeping motion like he was cleaning the floor. That apparently was his hockey stick, little wrist shot there. Nice kick. And that'll go all the way down to the 15-yard line. And they'll bring the return all the way back to the far side. So he's going to run a good 50 yards before he's finally tackled at about the 22-yard line. And that's a teachable moment. That was Davian Brillen on the return, and he's had a great game here so far today. But a lot of times when that ball is kicked to the opposite side of the field where the return is supposed to go, you a lot of times tell your guys, get what you can, because by the time you get to where that return is set up, the coverage is already down there, and you've run laterally and not gained anything vertically. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Timberlane. And that also, by the way, is good coaching. They know they like to return to their home side or their visiting sideline, so let's kick it away from there. It'll be 1st and 10 for Timberlane, and now they're going to say there was I think there was a penalty on the play, so whether it was holding, and again, a lot of times when you run horizontally for so long, you can get penalties. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. All kinds of bad for the Tornadoes on the start of this possession. Quarterback rolling right, was looking for Fielding. And it was fortunate to get that one away, as it looked like Calvin was barreling down at the quarterback daily. 2nd down and 10, 4:04 to go in the 3rd quarter. Jason Roby calling the action for you. Steve Cody, the man on the moving pictures. You are watching The Highlight Guy. All of our friends in Plastow, if you're joining us on the live stream, click the subscribe button. Love to hear from you. And I don't know, what are we giving to our lucky 1,000th subscriber, Steve? They going to get a Highlight Guy water bottle? Split end to the bottom of the screen. Handoff off to the right side. Nice job of dancing around back there, but that play took a little bit too long as Bong bent down that line of scrimmage and was able to corral Davian Brillin. So it'll be no gain on the play. 3rd down and 10 now for the Tornadoes. Cougars, with their ears pinned back here on this defensive effort, have a chance to really flip the field here with the result of this play. All right, they break the huddle. 3rd down and 10 now. They'll come out under center. 2 backs in the backfield. Tight end, wing to the left, split end to the top. And now here comes that wing back counter, and sitting there waiting for it defensively. A nice job. Going to get all kinds of stacked up there. Got to be careful. No extracurricular needed. Good job defensively of playing their responsibilities. That was Hernandez and Carmelo Garcia who was waiting. And so now a pickup of 3, but it's going to set up 4th down and forever, and the Tornadoes are in their punt formation. If they were closer to the 50, they might consider going for it, but here, not a lot of real estate to work with. A snap goes over the punter's head. It's rolling around in the end zone. You'd be wise to just fall on it, and that's exactly what he does. That was number 38. He had to sky for that one. Went over his head. Brody Beers covers it in the end zone. 2 points for the Cougars. And so now it is a 4-point advantage. And oh, by the way, the Cougars are going to get the ball in pretty good field position on this next kickoff. And as we said at the beginning of the broadcast down on the field before the game, listening to this Tornado team, they expressed how important the kicking game was on a day like today. That's field position. That's limiting what the Cougars do in the receiving game, and also your own special teams in terms of the snap. And that high snap is going to be beneficial for the Cougars. We'll see how the Tornadoes handle it here, as the free kick will come from the 20-yard line. So your kickoff rules still apply here on a safety. The difference is the real estate really not in your favor. And they have a choice to either kick it off of a tee or punt it. And it appears that the Tornadoes are going to punt this. A punt always harder to handle than a kickoff. And I think it's Brody Beers who will do the honors. He is the punter. And yeah, it is Beers. And he'll kick it. And it's a good one. Nice kick. And a good catch on the punt return. Starts at the far hash, breaks back up the middle. This is Hickey. Now back to the visitor's sideline. He's going to get tackled at about the 40-yard line. So that was a fantastic punt, and I might add a fantastic return. Hickey started to break towards the home side of things, and as we talked about on that kickoff return for the Tornadoes, maybe realized that he would have had a long way to go to set that return up to the home sideline, so got what he could. That'll set up a 1st down and 10 for the Cougars. Chance to open things up a little bit here does Nashua. They'll come out. They'll employ trips to the bottom of the field, split end to the top. And now Calvin is at quarterback. They'll run that total sweep. Nice job of breaking contain. Calvin down the right side. Little stiff arm, stays in bounds, still running. They're trying to tackle that football. Calvin forward progress is stopped. You'll watch that one back on the replay on the highlight guy. Calvin performs a fantastic stiff arm down the right side, keeps his balance and barrels down the home sideline, down inside the 10. 1st down and goal for the Cougars. That was well blocked on the perimeter there by Nashua as they were able to seal off the outside nicely. Calvin read his blocks and got on his Pontiac and rode all the way down inside the 10. He'll stay at the quarterback position, trips to the top of the field, split end to the bottom. They run a similar play. This time Calvin goes to the left. The ball's on the carpet, and it looks like it's recovered by the Tornadoes. And it is. It is white ball. You can see the official saying it down there. Calvin tried to cut that one back against the grain, and you can see him holding his left knee there. He says he's okay. Maybe just got dinged up a little bit. Hope he's all right. He's going to get up under his own power, try to walk it off. You can see Coach Travis out there, the training staff out there to check on him, make sure he's okay. Might have got twisted up a little bit. That's good to see. He'll come off the field under his own power. So good sportsmanship shown there by both teams, and clapping for Calvin. He made that fantastic run. So in essence, that long run serves like a punt in a way, and it backs the Tornadoes all the way up inside their own 10-yard line. So that's a glass is half full kind of concept there for those of you watching at home. It's not like you fumbled inside your own 10-yard line. So the Cougars they don't feel good about the result, but they can feel good about where that ball is placed. They know what happened the last time they had the ball down there. First and 10 for Timberlane. They'll break the huddle, saunter up to the line of scrimmage from their own 8-yard line. Split end is to the left, tight end wing to the right. Shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield. That toss sweep now. Off to the right side, cut back against the grain. Good pursuit by the Cougars. He breaks that contain, however. And that was Brillen. Got down to the right side. Finally got tripped up by Hickey near the visitor's sideline. Let's talk about those Nashua Cougars. The youth football program is thriving in just their 3rd year, and they're looking forward to seeing where next season brings them. They have the hardest working group of coaches who dedicate their time to develop athletes' football skills and teach them life lessons that they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. If you'd like to become one of these coaches, please contact them at NashuaCougars.net. That's NashuaCougars.net. Split end to the bottom of the screen, flanker to the top. They'll run the option pitch. They haven't run that play in quite a while, and a nice job there by number 7. I think that was LeBoy coming up from his corner position to make that tackle, minimize the gain on first down, as it is a sizable gain on first down. He'll pick up, we'll call it 5, 2nd and 5. So they went the option route into the boundary and picked up 5. 7 seconds to go, and that is going to do it for the 3rd quarter here from Mata Field at Stellos Stadium. We're going to take it to the break. We'll be right back with the 4th frame. It is the Nashua Cougars 16 and the Timberlane Tornadoes 12. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy. We're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back with what promises to be a fantastic conclusion to this one right after these messages.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The Highlight Guy can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguy.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back to Mata Field here at Stellos Stadium. It is the Nashua Cougars nursing a 16-12 advantage as we start the 4th. Jason Roby, Steve Cody, and the Highlight Guy calling all the action for you. Tight end wing to the bottom of the screen. Here comes that wing back counter. once again. This time it goes into the backfield. It's McKenzie first on the spot. And it looked like Hernandez trying to clean it up, still keeping his feet, driving. A penalty flag will come in late. They'll stop the clock and sort this one out. That was number 31, William Stuckert. The Cougars had it sniffed out in the backfield, but Stuckert just kept the pins driving. Was able to get a decent pickup. Multiple flags are on the field. We'll have to check that. It is, and the clock is still running. They got to stop the clock. It looks like it's going to go against So it's going to go against the Tornadoes. So second down, we'll call it 15 from inside the 15-yard line. And now they'll wind the clock for real this time. Once again, the Tornadoes survey the scene, walk up. Tight end is to the right. They got that slot trips look into the boundary. Wonder if they'll run that speed option to the boundary again. We'll see. They do not. Three-step drop. Deep shot over the top and almost caught there. What great coverage downfield by number 7, Isaiah LeBoy. They were looking for number 22, Davian Brillen. And LeBoy said, not so fast, my friend. And they had lockdown coverage down the field. So that's going to set up a huge 3rd down and 15. Timberlane has to be careful here. They don't want to be snapping from the shadows of their own end zone again on a 4th down punt play. They need some real estate here. We'll see if maybe they try to employ a little speed option to the field this time. Huddle breaks. They come up to the 14-yard line. And this time they'll go shotgun. Jimmy Daly barking signals. He'll employ a tight end flanker to the top, a split end to the bottom. Here's that toss pass look. This time over the middle. It's a rainmaker. It is covered nicely there. And a good job in coverage by number 29, Ty Hickey. He read that play all the way, knocked it down. And that ball hung up there for what seemed like an eternity. And Hickey, Johnny on the spot, coming over the top, knocking it down with the long arm. And now 4th down punt coming up here. Beers will do the honors. He had a good free kick that really kind of helped them out on that safety. This time, it's good, but it goes off the side of his foot, off to the right. Got to get out of the way if you are a Cougar, and it'll be down there by number 31, William Stuckert. But good field position for the Cougars as they are once again knocking on the doorstep, a chance to give a little more breathing room between them and the Timberlane Tornadoes. And at the conclusion of this one, we'll head down to the field and get a little conversation, little interview with the head man, Coach Travis. And get his thoughts on this one, win or lose, and his thoughts on the one coming up after that. All right, trips to the bottom, split end to the top. That swing route complete to, I think it was Bong on the reception. It was either Bong or Hickey. The 9 is, it is definitely Bong, number 28. So you can see 28 and 29 standing close together there. It's sometimes we lose that little closing of the 9 into the 8. So that'll set up a 2nd down, a loss of a yard on the play. I'd like to see them go back to that quarterback wrap play that's worked so well for them here. So Butler back at the quarterback position. He'll bring Hickey in motion, and they will run that quarterback wrap play. Well blocked down the far side. And my goodness, did I get my crystal ball out on that play or what? The Butler did it, as is usually the case, and he is in for the Nashua Cougar touchdown. It's exactly what happened there. They ran that quarterback wrap play to the left side, well blocked at the point of attack. Butler got down that hash, bounced to the outside, and it was smooth sailing there into the left corner of the end zone. And a 10-point advantage for the Cougars, a little breathing room now, a chance to get up by 12 points. Trips to the top of the screen, back is to the right as well. Butler looking, scrambling, all kinds of time. That ball gets picked off. But good protection by the Cougar offensive line there. Butler had time to make a sandwich, take a nap, do some static stretching, and then threw that ball. That's a feather in the cap of that Nashua Cougar offensive line for providing all kinds of protection. But a good defensive play by the Tornadoes as they had a lot of guys in coverage, and they were able to come away with the INT, which kills the play when that happens. All right, this is Maxwell, and we know he's got a pretty good cannon attached to the hip. He'll put his foot into that one and see if he can sail it to this side of the field this time. As we know, they like to run their return to their sideline. We'll see what the Cougars have dialed in. Got to be careful he doesn't have his mouthpiece in. That could be... There he goes. Maxwell puts the right foot into it. That one skied down inside the 15 this time, and this time they'll bring the return. He's got a seam, needs a block, picks one up. Finally wrestled down there by Calvin. It was a good return by Brillin. Davian gave a little more breathing room. That was a great kick by Maxwell. That was down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. So a 17-yard return for Brillin. It'll be 1st and 10 for Timberlane. In no hurry to get to the line of scrimmage. 7:30 left in this one. Shotgun snap, ball's on the carpet, and it's going to be recovered, I think, originally by the Cougars, but fighting for it was Brillin, and I think he came away with it. He did. Cougars had it. Brillin came in late, and the Cougars did not secure it. That could have been all she wrote there. So the Tornadoes avoiding what would have been disastrous if they had lost possession on that one. As it is, they're inside their own 25-yard line. They're 76 yards away from being down by just one score. So a lot of work to do here inside of 6:40 to go. Swing pass out to the flanker. We call it a now route. And a nice job of rallying to the play. Calvin thought he came away with it, but it looked like Fournier was down before that happened. And you'll give that one up all day long. Just keep everything in front of you right now has to be the message if you are Coach Fowler. That's going to set up a 3rd down. We'll call it a long 13 for the Tornadoes. Tight end flanker to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top, shotgun. Pump and go. Here comes the pressure. He avoids it. Pulled down. That's a penalty. That is, you are not allowed to do that, and they're going to talk to Calvin about that. That's an area of contention. You can't grab the back and pull the player backwards and fall on the back of his legs. That is that was a rule that was instituted a few years ago. It was an area of emphasis for the for the officials, and rightfully so. That's going to give Timberlane a first down, and that is a good call. And there's no malicious intent there when you do it. It's just a safety measure. And you see the official coming over to make the call. It will be a personal foul. Oh, they're going to call it targeting. And I don't know if that's the horse collar fall from behind call as well, but just a dangerous play. And as it is, it won't give them a first down, it appears. Yeah. And they'll wind it inside of 5:40 to go in regulation. That's going to set up a big third down, but a more manageable 4 yards. Tight end flanker to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top, shotgun formation. Quarterback rolling right. Here comes that lead option. Quarterback will just keep it, get up the field, and again, falling forward to the 40. It looks like he'll have enough for the first down. They'll keep the clock rolling. I believe it's supposed to stop with a first down, but they kept it rolling the whole time. So, and again, folks, a lot of these people here are volunteers kind of doing the work. Couldn't do it without their help. And there are a lot of places you could be on a Sunday afternoon, but they're here helping out. So that's great to see folks giving back to the effort. All right, pro formation. Tight end flanker right, split end left. Right hash. Toss sweep into the boundary. Well blocked. The point of attack. Putting his shoulder down and initiating contact. There's number 22, Brillin. He ran into Carmelo Garcia. 4:05 to go. Timberlane continues to huddle up. EarthTech Systems, they're a premier provider of heat pump technology with a strong specialization in geothermal HVAC systems. Whether you're considering a new heat pump system or need repairs, their skilled team is ready to handle even the most complex of projects. Learn more about their cutting-edge designs and unmatched expertise at earthtechsystems.com. All right, pro formation to the top of the screen this time. We say pro, we mean a tight end with a flanker. Split end to the bottom. Here comes that toss sweep to the field. It's Brillin, jump cut, finally tackled down at about the 45-yard line. And again, the clock is not on Timberlane's side. They continue to huddle up. Hey, when you step into Luke's Bar and Grill, you're stepping into more than just a restaurant. It's family-owned and operated spot that's been serving the community since 2019. Their motto is simple: never forget where you came from. With a commitment to good food, great service, and giving back, Luke's is where neighbors become friends. Visit them today at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or online at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's Luke's, L-U-K-S, barandgrill.com. Here comes the option, and it's a lead option. Off to the side. Nice cutback by Brillin. He'll get hauled down from the backside by LeBoy. That's going to move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10. Clock stops, and now it will run. Timberlane in the huddle. Not heavy on the hurry-up. Clock continues to run. They have all 3 timeouts. They'll set up shop 1st and 10 from the Nashua 47. This time the whistle blows, and we'll check that one out. Not sure what the call was. They'll wind it. So we did not get a signal. I'm not sure if there was a equipment malfunction of some sort, and they blew the whistle to get the Cougar off the field, but We'll have the head coach, Travis Fowler, for a little pregame interview before their second game. Toss sweep. Oh, good catch there by Brillin. He'll bubble it to the outside, and I'm going to tell you right now, a great job on the perimeter over there by Bong as he maintained outside leverage. And you teach your running back to kind of do that little bubble move. You step up and then bubble back to the outside. It usually creates room, but only if the corner doesn't do their job. And that time Bong did his job. He was able to keep the play in phase. 1:15 and counting. So trips will be employed to the bottom of the field. They got to hurry and get set up here. It took a long time. That no penalty call. Taking a shot, throwing about as far as he can. They're looking for Brillin again, and he wants a pass interference call. Palms up towards the sky, and it was played well there by the Cougars. Timberlane fortunate they didn't get called for legal procedure as they were not set up on the line of scrimmage down here. 3rd down and 8 now. We are inside of a minute to go. This has been all that and a bag of chips as the Cougars came from 12-0 down to score the next 22 points. Taking advantage of some good field position, some turnovers, and a safety, they battled their way back into this one. Tight end, flanker to the left, split end to the right. Shotgun. Straight drop back. Now he's got to move to his left. Off his back foot, throws it up, and incomplete. There was a receiver in the area. That was number 44, Jackson Benitez, but it fell well short of his feet. And now the play of the game forthcoming. I thought it was, is it still 3rd down or is it 4th? Apparently it is 4th down. There it goes. Okay. So this is the play of the game. If you are Timberlane, they've got to keep the drive alive at the very least by getting a 1st down. Under center. Rolling to his left. Firing down the field. And it's caught. What a catch. And that was number 31, William Stuckert, and he stuck his feet in bounds. He actually got both of them in. What a great play. And he got out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock with 46 seconds left in this one. Tornadoes are going to need 2 scores here, however, as they are down by 10 points. So 1st down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Rolling to his right. And this time the quarterback will keep it, and we'll see if they use a timeout. They're going to have to start using them, and I think they did. It was Jimmy Daly off to the right side. Pickup of 3 yards, and that'll be the first timeout call for Timberlane as they come over to their head coach, and they're going to talk scheme here, what they need to do. Let's set the table for you. 38 seconds to go in this one. It is the Nashua Cougars nursing a 10-point lead, 22-12. And if you're Timberlane, you really need to score quickly here so that you can come back for the onside kick and get another possession. My guess is they're going to take a shot for Davian Brillin, number 22. He's been the deep threat all day long, and obviously a great catch there by Stuckert as well. I'm sure that's the discussion in the defensive huddle down here for the Cougars as we take a look inside their timeout huddle. They'll break that huddle. I'm sure the message is clear. We're okay with them running the football. That keeps the clock moving. Let's make sure nobody gets behind us, and we'll try to find number 22, Brillin, as he is in the backfield right now, so interesting there to see what they do with him. He'll swing out to the left. They'll fire. Here comes the hitch and pitch. Knew that one was coming. Tackled there by LeBoy, so that was set up. A flag will come in late. I'm going to say they tackled him by the helmet is my guess, potentially a face mask, but How that play sets up is Brillin in the backfield, and he peels out of the backfield. They throw a short route, and then they pitch it back to Brillin, who has a head of steam down the left side. And it was actually played quite nicely by the Cougars with the exception of the penalty. We'll check what that is. It's going to be a personal foul call face mask against the Cougars, so they'll tack 15 yards onto that one. So that is a huge play with 28 seconds to go. It was a nice play call, nice design. And again, the Cougars with a little bit of breathing room because of that 10-point advantage. And that's going to bring the ball down inside the 10-yard line, or just before the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 11. So it'll be first down and 10 from the 11. They can still get a first down. I believe they still have 2 timeouts left as well. Tight end flanker to the right. Quarterback will roll to the right. Here comes the speed option to Brillin. He's going to try to outrace the secondary to the end zone, and he puts his head down, and he's going to get called for targeting. He's going. I believe that's probably going to be the call there, as he kind of put his shoulder down, and I could be wrong, and I hope I am, but you can see they're marching back. Would have been a touchdown. Probably didn't need to lower the head. You can see the officials talking about this is a huge play in the game. And I'm not sure if they're going to say it happened after the touchdown or if it happened in the field of play. That makes a huge difference as well. We'll get the call right now. It's going to be a targeting call against the offense and a targeting call against they're going to say double targeting call. So they both put their heads down, and we'll replay the down. So that is huge from the standpoint of 9 seconds get taken off the clock. They'll replay the down, but they don't put the time back on. So it will be first down all over again, and get the old do-over playground rule with the offsetting penalties. But unfortunately for Timberlane, they lose the time on the clock, 9 seconds. See if they run the same play. They do. And this time the clock will stop with either the timeout or the first down. We're trying to get it. I don't think he's got the first down. He's about a yard short. So my guess is Timberlane probably called timeout with 7 seconds to go, and that is in fact the case. So this will be second down and go. Second down, we're going to call it a long one. Second down and a long one. And they put 3 seconds back on the clock, so 10 seconds are on the clock. They're trying to conserve as much time as they can. So you got to take a shot for the end zone here. This one has to score. You'll probably have 7 seconds left after the score. And you'll onside kick it, and you'll have one shot of the end zone. Unless you got someone that can kick a 45, 50-yard field goal, which Adam Vinatieri's not walking through that door, friends. All right, here we go. It's been an entertaining game. I want to thank you all for joining us here this morning, watching on the Highlight Guy. Jason Roby, Steve Cody, bringing you all the action on a Sunday morning. The rain has subsided. Here we go. Could be a touchdown, could be the last play. We'll see. Straight handoff, number 3. And they were actually pushing him into the end zone, which is illegal. So this will be an interesting call. You cannot aid the runner, and you can see hands on helmet for Timberlane. They're going to call aiding the runner as they handed it off to Fielding, and Brillin kind of gave him a little push into the end zone, and you can't do that. Watching the tush push a little bit too much in the NFL. Yeah, aiding the runner. You cannot do that, and we have seen that call, Steve, a few times here this year at this level of football. And so that's just a matter of understanding the rules of the game. Cannot run the tush push. He didn't need it. He would have walked in anyway. So 4 seconds off the clock. They'll back it up to the 9-yard line. And for all intents and purposes, this one is over. One would think. We'll see how it plays out. It's been entertaining, that's for sure. Tight end flanker to the bottom of the screen. Nope, they will shift that. Tight end is to the right. Split end is to the left. You have 3 backs in the backfield with the quarterback. He'll give it to number 3 again, and this time he'll get stacked up by the interior, and that is going to do it in this one. A good, hard-fought, come-from-behind victory. You can see the Cougars all kinds of fired up. They spotted the Tornadoes 12 points, and they had to battle back, and they'll get the victory here, 22-12, as a well-played game by both of these teams. I'm sure they'd like to have some of those turnovers back, but entertaining to say the least. Some good football plays there. And both teams will meet at the 50 for the post-game handshake. Well done by these young men. We're going to take a break. We'll be back for the second of our 2 games. It is the playoffs here in the Northeast Junior High Football League. It's going to be the Nashua Cougars and the Timberlane Tornadoes varsity squad set to do battle here. Winner advances. Loser season will come to an end. Jason Roby, Steve Cody calling all the action for you here on the Highlight Guy. We'll be right back, and we'll hopefully have a pregame interview right after these messages. Take care, everybody.